It is Tuesday, and that means Pokemon Locals at Monster. Now, Monster has a cup on Saturday, and on Saturday, Surging Sparks will be legal. With that being said, they are allowing Surging Sparks to be played tonight, just like they did last Tuesday. And I was really hoping that I would finally get my Cerule Edges in the mail, but here we are, and they're not here yet. An almost $40 order on TCG Player with no tracking, by the way. Blows my mind. However, I did start to get some of my Surging Sparks cards in. I did get the Pikachu in today, as well as Latias EX. And if I'm being completely honest, I am like really tired today. I'm really not feeling cards, but I'm at least gonna go and make an appearance at Monster. So I'm gonna grab my bag and then go hang out there for a bit.
That's so silly.
There's one thing in life that's always true. Death, taxes, Javier playing Raging Bolt. You know, Tyler, I'm not shocked that you're playing the best deck in the format. Extremely base pick as per usual.
Of course, of course.
Ew!
Hey, don't bully him.
Well, I said I wasn't buying any more of this set, and here I am buying more of this set.
I'm a bad influence.
I'll accept that for what it is, Tony. All right, Tony is a bad influence. We're going to go ahead and pack battle here. I'm going to go first. Tony hasn't had the best luck with this set today, but we'll see if we can change that. It is a Dawn pack, so no God pack this time around, unfortunately.
We're blaming you, Emily, if these are bad pulls.
Branu, Sokka. Nothing. Nothing.
Alright, so I'm up. I'm not very good at the card trick thing, though, or the moving cards without looking. I'm not good with my hands. Also a Dawn pack, so no God pack. I should have just stopped, man. Thanks for coming out.
Is that Mitch Trubisky? Simon took his mat, so I'm just, you know, out here no matting it with Matt.
With the map.
Okay, so we're in the clear for Saturday. Because I can use these, right?
Are you going to use my full deck, or are you going to put them in your deck?
Whichever's easier. I think our lists are a little bit different, though.
Okay, you can just borrow them then. I don't care.
The return is upon us. Since the vlog will be released next week after the cup, I'm going to show you the sauce. This is going in to Cerule Edge.
I need you to tell me what set this came out of, otherwise you can't put it on your deck list. You don't know this.
I don't. It's...
Just think. Think about what sets it could have came out of.
Paradox Rift.
Nope, sorry.
Shut up.
It's Twilight Masquerade.
Is it really? Yeah, it is.
TWM.
It is Twilight Masquerade. Store closed. All right, it's Wednesday. That means another One Piece Locals at Monster. I am so extremely tired today. I was off work, so I wasn't in the office, but I do have an almost 2-year-old, and I am not the young man I once was. But that's neither here nor there. We are going to go play at Monster. I have built a Nell again. I was playing it again last night, and Matt even asked me, he's like, why did you ever stop playing this deck? And I don't know. The deck just feels so good, so I've built it. I put my own little twist on a few different lists. I am including the S-Snake, which some lists just aren't playing. I think the card is good. I'm only playing 2 copies of it, though. But when I say own little twist, that is what I mean, essentially. Also, tonight I get to break out some new dice. I found these at GameStop, funny enough. It is like One Piece dice. They have like a One Piece. There's a case that comes with them. It's Luffy and his Dressrosa stuff. But I'm just using it in this little dice tray that I have. I also bought this deck box at GameStop. Looks pretty cool, right? It was 20 bucks. I'm like, okay, whatever. But after researching into it a little bit, I got. You can buy this on like Temu for like $5. Oh well, I have it. It's open. What are you gonna do? Anyway, Anel is built. It's in the deck box. Let's go to Locals. The parking lot right now at Monster is packed for One Piece, which is nuts. Let's head inside. No pumpkin muffins this week, but Brooke did make cookies. Absolute angel of a person. We are 1-0 to start the day. I played Dofi, and Anel just has a really good matchup into Dofi. Now, the game did go on pretty long, like I'm not going to lie to you, but it was a lot of just like sitting and waiting for my opportunity in order to strike for game. And funny enough, how I got to game was putting 5 Don on the 5-drop Shirahoshi that has 0 attack and swinging for 5. But man, like hitting those triggers, playing yellow again, it just scratches that itch, right? One last ride for Anel, because next format with Teach, it's not great. But 1-0, we'll see how we end the night. It's been like back-to-back 1-3 weeks, so I'd like to just get to 2-2. I'd like to get to 2-2 and call it a day. I'd be okay with that. You adore to see freshly stocked dual specs at Monster Games. Oh my goodness, and they have Lilac. I need to pick these up. This might be the longest match ever.
Hey, if you just want to do the tie roll, we can do that too.
It's illegal, Chris. Don't say that.
I got some food I got to eat anyway, so we good.
The game didn't last as long as I thought. I ended up with 4 Yamato and an ace in hand, and like there's not much he can do from there. So now he's just sad over here eating his Chipotle. I look at him. Tonight we went back to tried and true. 4-0 with an L. The deck's just good for the time being.
Woo! Big 4-0!
Round 1 I played Dofi. Really bad matchup for Dofi. They swarm the board, but once I get to that top end, it's just really hard for them to start swinging over it. And, you know, as soon as I can get their board under control, then I can start swinging. And a lot of the times, they're down to a small hand at that point, too. Round 2, I played Vegapunk, and I thought it was going to be a game that's forever long, and, you know, it wasn't. Same thing. We were kind of going back and forth. I get to my top end, and they have 2 cards in hand. So I have multiple aces, and I just start swinging. Round 3, I played Black Yellow Luffy. We did end up going to time. We both misplayed a little bit in that game to kind of reach that point. But we were in the final turn in time. We were both at 1 life card, and I was able to play Yamato to gain a life. And then the way that time works in One Piece, you first check to see who has more life. I then had 2 life to his 1, so I won that round. By the skin of my teeth, but a win's a win. Round 4, played Dofi. Same thing as round 1. Board swarm. There was a turn that I was able to play 2 Kadatsu to get rid of 2 Boa blockers, swing 2 aces, get rid of 2 Jinbei to just wipe the board, and then from that point, like, I just kind of snowballed from there. But 4-0 with an L. I love this deck. I love this deck so much. I've always loved this deck. It is true. I don't know why I switched from it. That's what Matt said, so I decided to go back to it. This will probably be what I play into 09, because once Teach comes out, the deck just kind of crumbles. But we have our winner pack here. Let's see what we can get this week. We have the winner ace. You're just bad with an L. That's why you're mad.
I am bad with it.
This dude went like 1-3.
I'm gonna need some pointers.
Time to go home. Kelly, I'll see you on Saturday for the cup. All right, today is Saturday, and there's a lot going on within the TCG realm of Cincinnati today. Starting at noon, there is a cup at Monster. That's about an hour and a half. I am already dressed and ready to go. I have a deck sleeved up. I am playing Cerule Edge EX in the cup today. This is actually the first cup that I'm playing in all season. Again, I'm not worlds grinding, so I haven't really been going to a whole lot of cups this season, but this is the one that kind of worked out with my schedule. So I was like, you know what? I might as well go play in it, you know? I don't know how many people are going to attend this cup. There's a bunch of cups in the area, so it's hard telling, honestly. And then at 6 p.m. tonight, Jester's Cards and Games in Milford is actually holding a Manga Nami Tournament as a celebration of life tournament for the tragic passing of one of the local players. I'm definitely going to play in the cup. I don't know if I'm going to make it to the Manga Nami Tournament. If I'm being completely honest with you, I haven't been to Jester's in 2 years, and I have a lot of anxiety about going to Jester's. And it's nothing to do with the store. The staff is great. I loved the store when I went to it. The last time I was at Jester's was 2 years ago. It was right around the release of Silver Tempest. I remember this night vividly because after round 1, I got a call from my mom letting me know that my grandma was being transported to UC Medical Center in Cincinnati. And that is the night that they told us that she was going to pass. So it brings up a lot of bad feelings for me, right? And again, this isn't Jester's fault, like, at all, but just being in that area, being around, just brings up a lot of like really bad feelings for me. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to like push through to participate, if I'm being completely honest. I thought this would kind of be a good tournament to go to because it's kind of like a circle of life moment. But the closer it gets, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. So we'll see. Zach wants to go, so I think Zach going with me will help me a lot in that situation. But I don't know. We're going to play it by ear today, I think. But I'm going to go grab a coffee before I head to Monster, and let's go play some Pokemon for the first time in a vlog in like weeks. Now listen, I haven't played standard Pokemon, like I said, in a few weeks. I am fully prepared to not do well at this tournament, and I think that that's just something that I have to accept from the get-go, right? If I do well, great, but I'm not expecting to do well because, again, I haven't played. However, cup days do mean dunks. It's what I've always done. Big shout out to Cole coming through with all the Terra energy. Love him for that. Prize pack. This is Series 5, right? Yeah. Prize pack Series 5. Let's see what we got. I really want the Mew. Everyone wants the Mew. Everyone wants Prime Catcher. Ooh. Do we go and throw this in the deck right now, though? I think not. I think I'm going to wait. Start snowballing energy, getting... Both of you get out of here. I hate you both. The Return to Standard starts with a win in round 1 against Miraidon. We both had weird starts, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I had to start the Screamtail that I'm playing, and pieces just weren't coming together, but luckily they weren't coming together for my opponent either, so I was able to start snowballing those energies, getting them in the discard. Then at some point, you just start snowballing enough energy to one-shot everything in Miraidon, which is what I did. Miraidon has 220, Raikou has 200, and then Raichu has 200, so you really don't need a whole lot of energy in the discard to hit those numbers. On top of playing Legacy Energy, it makes the prize trade really weird for Miraidon, so having the Legacy Energy on the Cerule Edge that I had in my active just makes it a lot easier for that matchup. It is best of 1 today. Best of 1 is always weird. I expect to get best of 1 at least once in the tournament today, but we'll see how it goes. Cole, look at us.
Look at us.
Look at us.
Look at us.
Round 2, we play Cole, and we end up taking the dub over Dragapult and over Cole, unfortunately. It was a pretty close game, but at the end, Cole had taken knockout on Lumineon to go to 2 prizes to my 3, and I had Briar in hand, and Briar says, if I'm knocking out with the Terra Pokemon, I take an extra prize. Cerule Edge, Terra Pokemon. I knocked out his Dragapult in the active, and I won the game from there.
Well, you got to keep in mind, you have to have, your opponent has to have exactly 2 prizes remaining. And I did, because I was a little greedy going after the fish. And I learned my lesson that Briar's a card. So.
Briar's a very strong card in the Pokemon trading card game.
Best of 1 blues, baby.
You saw that absolute abysmal start, and now 2-1. I was able to use a Screamtail to stop my opponent from using Sada's the following turn, but that it just ended up not mattering because they were able to play energy retrieval, get the energy back that they needed to attack, and knock out the Screamtail anyway. I had no supporters in hand to reset my hand, no way to Charcadet, no way to Squawkabilly. It was just a bad game. Best of 1 blues. I knew it was hitting me at some point, like I said. So now 2-1. I'm pretty sure 3-1-1 gets in, so if I win my next round, I'm probably just going to ID round 4 to get in the top 8. But I do have to win before we can even start thinking about that, so we'll see. 2-2 of the first cup back. I'm going to get food. I dropped.
I did the same. I suck.
Best of 1 Pokemon. I hate it. I hate it so much.
It's not it.
I will probably not play in another event if I know it's best of 1 moving forward.
Dolphy.
Dofi. Okay, went, got food, took myself out of the situation, so I am a little less aggravated than what I was. I do not like best of 1 gameplay when it comes to Pokemon. And that's because I don't get a chance to play out of the bad hand, right? When it comes to One Piece, like if you mulligan, because you have an optional mulligan, and you get a bad hand, you at least, when you're taking life, you can get something off your life to start, actually playing the game. Where Pokemon, you're just top decking and just hoping for something to fix your hand or something, right? The last game that I played, my opening hand was a ton of supporters and I was going first. So it just didn't really help. And then I didn't get a Charcadet down for another 2 turns, right? So that's where like my aggravation came from, because now that it's best of 1, like I have no shot at top cut at that point. But the event was best of 1. I knew that going in. It is what it is. I'm going to eat, and then Zach and I are going to head up to Jester's. packed house adjusters tonight, but for a good cause. They're doing some raffles right now before we get round 1 started. We just got told the top 16 gets prizing, so I think it's like half of us. So we just have to come in the top half of the actual tournament, and round 1's going up as I'm speaking. 0-2 at the One Piece Memorial Tournament. I am playing Anel. The boy did me very well this past week at locals, not doing me well tonight. I have played 2 really like obscure matchups. So round 1 I played Purple Luffy, and that is like the worst matchup for Anel ever. It was the worst matchup last format. It is the worst matchup this format. And then round 2 I played Gecko Moria, which is not what I expect to see when I come to stuff like this. Gecko Moria is also rough into Anel because it goes so wide, and really like I don't have blockers or anything in the deck, so it got down to like the nitty gritty overall. Like I just couldn't hit over a Gecko Moria. I saw no aces all game, so you know it happens. Top 16 gets prizing. I'm 0-2 currently, so I don't know how many rounds there are. I do have to ask that because I don't know. Maybe we can sneak into top 16 and get a little bit of prizing today. Round 5 just got over, and from the ashes I rise like a phoenix. 3-2 to end the day here at Jesters. I know I'm not going to make top 8, but I should be able to get into top 16, which means I still get some sort of prizing. Round 3, I played against Red Sanji. That deck is kind of crazy. It's just big vanillas they give rush to. It's just like a rush 'em down deck. I was able to survive until like my Tindon turn, start getting aces down, and then meeting that like big rush, and they just couldn't overcome it. Round 4, I played Rush Zoro. Kind of the same thing. Triggers were hitting this game, the Egghead Nami KOing anything, the Egghead Luffy KOing anything. I was able to clear the board multiple times and just take control of the game. And then finally, round 5, I ended up playing Katakuri, another yellow deck. The Katakuri player saw no big moms, thankfully, so it was a very, very close game. We went back and forth a lot, but I was able to pull it out in the end with the 10-drop ace and a 10K rush. You know what they say, pressure makes diamonds. Back was against the wall, 0-2, come back, win 3-0. And I'll take that. You can't ask for much more. Playing my 2 worst matchups to start the event probably wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, you know?
So I need to see Jeff, Robert, Skippy, Kellen, Sterling, Zach, Rob, and Walter. So is that up here?
Walt.
Walt.
I'm Walt, yeah.
Alrighty. We're gonna start from the bottom. I know there's a couple of us. Really? What pre-con do you want?
I knew there were 3 of us. Give me. I'll take Kaido. Yeah. A whole tournament kit for top 16. We'll take that. And then a sealed Kaido structure deck. Not bad.